What's up, Big Bear Nation? Welcome back to the homestead. So we've had a break in the weather, at least a little bit. We have been raining non-stop for the last couple of weeks. And that's no surprise because January is typically the wettest month, at least during the winter for us. And so we get really wet and then it's about to get really cold. But that means it's almost February and we've done it again. It's time to have the pruning of the muscadines done. And guess what? Not done. You know, every year this happens. So it makes me think, like this year has really been, because we didn't have our garden, I had a lot of time this year to just kind of analyze a bunch of things. And I wanted to know a lot of the why with certain reasons why we fail with certain stuff. And so I've really been trying to like combat the whys. And I really think the reason that we always fall behind with the muscadines is because of the rain, what I was just talking about. The whole month of January is like one big, huge monsoon. And so we really don't get a chance to get out here to do any pruning. And then February, it gets super cold. So you really don't want to be out here while it's super cold. And then we turn around and it's March and we have buds on the vines. And actually, surprisingly enough, we have buds on the vines now. So I'm out here cutting these muscadine vines, trying to get as much done as I can in some short spurts. So while I was pruning, I found this nest. How cool is that? And even more so, now there's nothing in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of here. But I started looking and I thought there was some kind of like film or something in it. I thought it was like maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what I thought it was. But upon further inspection, there's plastic in there. And I thought, well, how cool. Even our birds recycle, reuse, and repurpose. How neat is that? Now, I do want to talk to y'all a little bit about tools. And I may have covered this before. We've been pruning muscadines now for over 10 years. I have arthritis. I'm only 46 years old, but I have arthritis pretty bad. I played basketball and tore up my hands early on. So I need a little bit of help. These muscadines can be very daunting. You can start out with this big, huge Medusa, and it may take you a couple hours to get this thing completely pruned down the way it's supposed to be. And when you're dealing with traditional pruners where you constantly have to keep like opening your hand, closing your hand, that's rough. So a couple years ago, I found a pair of Fisker's pruners. And the nice thing about these is they're spring loaded. So you don't have to keep like squeezing. Once you squeeze, it pops back. See, just like that. So I really like those. The other thing is these things are super sharp. I've had these for a couple of years. I'm sure they've been left outside in the rain, stuff like that. But they're still as sharp as the day we got them. Now, I know you can sharpen the blades too, and that's the other thing I really like about Fisker's is their customer service is great. Their warranties are awesome. If you have anything break, you just contact them and they'll fix it one way or another. Whether they send you a new spring for your spring-loaded part or they send you a new blade, because I believe this part right here, see where that nut and bolt is. Pretty sure that comes apart. So nice tool to have, especially for our older pruning folks or people who are not so old but are dealing with arthritis. Now you can see behind me, there's a couple of these that have been done, and that's actually because Carol has been out here when she can to come trim a plant at a time, and she and her sister will get out here and do that. And the reason why she's doing that is because she's been very particular about the sizes, the lengths of the vines that she's getting, because she's making baskets. So here pretty soon, be looking on the website, because we're gonna have some baskets listed from these Medusa grapevines that we have going on. Now I was taking a look at the weather, and it looks like in the next couple of days, maybe almost a week, we're going to have some pretty warm temperatures. We're gonna be in the like 40s or so at night, in the 60s, maybe almost even 70, I think at the end of the weekend. So I have this dilemma. I started some seeds a while back, and I can already hear all the eyes rolling. Oh, you fell for it. You got that false spring. You're gonna go ahead and get some seeds going and they're gonna die. Well, no. These seeds are actually winter crop seeds. So I did some Swiss chard and some spinach. And I was surprised. The germination rate was fantastic. And the reason why I say I was surprised, I know you guys are kind of scratching your head on that one, is because over the last couple of years, my germination rates on stuff have not been great. I don't know, ever since the seed shortage stuff back in 2020, 2021, we saw a drop in our seed germination rates. And we just kind of stuck with it, and you know, it is what it is. Well, we've started looking at using other companies, and because of the way that the economy's going, you kind of got to pinch your pennies wherever you can. So we've been looking at seeds at like the Dollar Tree that, you know, you get 4 for $1. We've looked at a couple places online, and we found a couple. And so we're trying out a couple of different brands. The one that we have right now that has been stellar is from M.I. Gardner. And so we have some spinach and some Swiss chard that came up so fast, and there was so much of it that what I think I'm going to do is some of it I'm going to up pot, and then some of it I think I'm going to bring out here just to see if I can get it to catch. Because if it does, then we'll have some plants going here pretty quickly and not have to wait for the end of February. Now, I know I told you it's supposed to get super cold, and that's okay, because one, these plants are frost tolerant, and two, I have plenty of 2-liter bottles and other containers that I can use for cloches to be able to protect the little seedlings if I need to. So a bunch of these all have like at least 4 leaves on them. So they're ready, you know, presumably they're ready where they could go outside and fend for themselves. So we're going to choose not to use, you know, put all of our eggs in one basket. We'll put some of those seedlings, up pot those, so that we have some safe net, you know, to be able to put out later. But then I think here in some of these beds, I'm gonna get some dirt cleaned out and go ahead and put a couple of these out here so that they can kind of enjoy the warm weather trend that we're supposed to have over the next week. Now I'm curious what you guys think about that. Are you, you know, quietly thinking to yourself, yeah, that's not gonna work? Or are you thinking, I'd like to see if that works? Let me know below in the comments. I'd really like to hear your opinion on what you think of what we're trying to do here. Now, if you liked this video and you were watching me pruning some of the muscadines, but wondering just how we do that, I do have a video where I show you a little bit more in depth on how to prune muscadine vines. It's over here, check it out. Thank you for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless. Have a nice day.